Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the new game modes that might come to Arsenal Reloaded. If you guys enjoyed this video or you find it informative, please do like and subscribe and also join my Discord server, which is in the description down below. Anyway, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be talking about the new game modes that might come to Arsenal Reloaded. So today, Midnight Crystal once again posted inside the blog channel of the Arsenal Discord, in which she said the following: Arsenal as we presently know it offers game modes that aren't exactly the most refined. The most popular two, far as I understanding, being standard and legacy competitive. Both modes offer one thing in comparison to some of the other game modes, that being that the individual thrives more than the team. Despite being a game with teams, people focus mainly on themselves and their own score, leaving team-focused modes like Monkey Business or Oddball less favourable to most users. In Reloaded, the game modes will be more designed with this in mind, ideally appealing to the lone wolf playstyle Arsenal has accidentally developed. As we already know in Reloaded's alpha testing, assists will span across more players and through more teams. Assists can be earned even if you're not on the same team, allowing for more potential for everyone to race through the weapon pool. With that in mind, a realisation was made where even though Arsenal's standard game mode is gun game, Arsenal itself doesn't have to be restricted to just gun game. In Reloaded's future, we'd like to experiment with more versatile modes that really change up the game's play style. These experimental modes won't be in the normal rotation, but likely to be found within the game's browser. Some game mode ideas we've been playing with are returning arcade and arcade spin-offs. This mode will be in public rotation. Battle Royale. Back in 2019, we experimented with this idea, but we never followed through. I'd like to follow through. 6v6 hero shooter, a mode inspired off of games like Overwatch, Deadlock, and Marvel Rivals. Campaign missions, things like Operation Infiltration but more story driven. These will tie into the seasonal content and provide lore. Improvements to game modes such as Clan Fetch and Juggernaut standard. More content for Arsenal Rogue. In addition to things like this, we'd like to add social hubs. Social hubs are locations based around the seasonal story for you to visit, talk to NPCs and hang out with friends. These locations will primarily be gun ranges where users can try different guns, play around with friends in mini-games, take on gun range challenges like RB battles and utilise an in-game aim trainer built right into the gun range. High scores and best times are likely to be saved for bragging rights. Tomorrow we will discuss the seasonal system and contracts. So that's quite a lot of information, so I'm going to break it down. The developers understand that the two most popular game modes inside of Arsenal are standard and legacy competitive, in which these two game modes have one thing in common, this being that the individual player thrives over the team. Although Arsenal's team's player base primarily focuses on their own score and whether they can win, and not how much they can help their team. Team-based game modes like Monkey Business and Oddball are less enjoyed by Arsenal players. Arsenal Reloaded game modes will be designed with this information in mind, which means that Arsenal game modes will be primarily focused on how many points you can get rather than what your team can do. Assists in Arsenal Reloaded will be given to more players rather than just two, and adding on to that, you'll be able to cross-team assist, which I discussed in a video 2 years ago. In Arsenal Reloaded, the developers would like to experiment with more game modes that change the playstyle. Basically, game modes are not related to the gun game theme of Arsenal where getting a kill grants a new weapon. However, these game modes are unlikely to be in public rotation, but rather they are likely to be found within the game's server browser. The developers listed some game modes that they might implement. Arcade is one of these modes, in which it used to exist in Arsenal. This is where guns were placed on floor and you could pick it up and get killed. You would have high gravity and significantly more ammo. This game mode will be in normal public rotation. They also plan to add Battle Royale. The developers were experimenting with this in 2019, but they didn't follow through. They would also like to add a 6v6 hero shooter, which is similar to games like Overwatch, Deadlock, and Marvel Rival. They would also like to add some campaign missions, like Operation Infiltration. They want to make it more story driven, in which it will tie into the seasonal content and will also provide lore. The developers would also like to improve game modes like Clown Infection, Juggernaut, and Standard, and also they would like to add more content to the Arsenal Rogue game mode, which is the one from the Roblox Games event. Adding on to that, they want to add social hubs. These are locations based around the seasonal story for you to visit, talk to NPCs, and hang out with others. These locations will primarily be gun ranges where you can experiment with different guns. There will also be mini games for offer, and you can take on gun range challenges like the RB Battles challenge. There will also be an in-game aim trainer built into the gun range. There may also be high scores and best time. So yeah, that's all. There's a lot of information there, so be sure to take it in. Tomorrow's video will be about the seasonal system and also contracts. Just to note, that video might actually come later today because I'm a bit behind schedule. If you guys enjoyed this video or you found it informative, please like and subscribe and also join my Discord server, which is in the description down below. I'll see you in the next one. Have an amazing day guys, and goodbye.